compareça ao Conselho dos Exaltados. O Conselho dos Exaltados se reunirá no Palácio de Inverno, graças às negociações da Divina Victoria com os embaixadores no subúrbio do Halanchiral. Estamos prontos para partir quando lhe for conveniente. Fala aí, galerinha, beleza? Aqui quem fala é o Rica. Estou trazendo mais um vídeo de Dragon Age Inquisition. Agora, para finalizar, galera, a última DLC desse game, que é a DLC Invasor. Nela, realmente teremos um fim definitivo para o game Dragon Age Inquisition. Muitas definições que ficaram no ar no final, no encerramento do Dragon Age Inquisition normal, provavelmente serão resolvidos nessa última DLC do jogo.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
Como temos duas áreas, Orlais e Ferelden, elas nunca se deram muito bem, então por isso que ela fez o último comentário ali, que a preocupação é Ferelden.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise du Lion, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Since Corypheus fell, I think you may have spent more time traveling than I have.
It keeps me out of trouble, Your Worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria says she is better suited to the battlefield than the Sunburst throne, but she has restored the Chantry. And also people's faith in it. We are lucky to have her.
You can probably just call her Cassandra in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, Your Worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Olay. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
In a manner of speaking, Your Worship, Dorian Pavas has been declared the Tevinter ambassador. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras, for one. I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. Enjoy time with them while you can, Your Worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council, Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
You once told me about the first Inquisition that took place 800 years ago. You said that when their battle was over, that Inquisition soldiers sheathed their swords and went home. If our battle is truly over, perhaps it's time for us to do the same.
Thank you. Make a watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Caraca, mano, tenso, hein? Onde estamos? Caraca, esse mapa é novo. Uma interrogação ali. Algumas pessoas. Invasor conversa com o embaixador Fereldano. Vamos na interrogação antes de ir pra lá. E tô bem animado. Ah, esse lugar não é novo não. Eu já vim aqui à noite. Que louco. Não tava tudo aberto assim, mas... comprar e vender. E aí, minha jovem? A musiquinha do game. O que que tem vendendo aqui? Sombra contra luz. Ô louco, tem uns itens bons, hein? Renovação tática, braços de bestas. Nossa, lírio vermelho. Essências espirituais. Pelo jeito, o lugarzinho aqui... E será que cada um desse daqui Vende um item diferente ou a mesma coisa? Nossa, vende coisas diferentes. Musiquinha do game de fundo. Só dando uma olhada aqui, galera. Primeira vez que eu começo essa DLC, então pra mim tudo aqui é novidade também. Ah, tem um item escondido. Só dando uma olhada, aparentemente todos os itens de fabricação que eu precisar tem por aqui. Petisco de luxo para cachorros. Sei lá pra que serve, né? Aqui aparentemente até planta. Nossa. Eu consigo encontrar até os tipos de planta que provavelmente eu não tinha. Aqui aparentemente tem tudo que eu possa precisar, hein? Que beleza. Tô impressionado com a quantidade de itens só num lugar. Olha isso. Mano. Isso é muito bom, né? Sangue de dragão intenso e tudo muito barato, né? Olha, tomo orlesiano. Ah, você tá brincando que tá tão barato essas coisas aqui. Cara, um espadão, a mandíbula apertada. Caraca, que caro, mano. 184. Egg dourado. Sincronizar coletáveis. A sincronização dos objetos coletáveis entre o jogo será feita baixando os que você já havia enviado e enviando os que foram adquiridos recentemente. Quer sincronizá-lo agora? Seja lá o que isso signifique. Cara, o que será que aconteceu, mano? Pintar a armadura, fabricar armas. Só tô dando uma olhada. Aparentemente aqui tem tudo. Nug dourado. Não sei pra que serve isso exatamente. Poções. Aprimorar poções. Que eu tô vendo que aqui tem tudo que eu possa precisar futuramente, hein? Caramba. Será que essa vai ser o novo lugar que eu vou ter que ficar? Como uma fortaleza do céu? O lugar tá bem equipado. O Cole. O que você faz aqui, meu caro?
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
You're useful to have around, Cole.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs.
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
So, you...
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
Olha, o Cole tá catando a minazinha que toca o banjo. O que temos aqui? E o touro de ferro?
Your Worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
Wait, what?
It's for his birthday.
Do Canary even have birthdays?
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during Orlesian unification under the reign of Mafrath's son Isarath. You know what, Bull? I really like hitting things.
I know, right? We have the best job.
Tô tendo que arrumar assunto pra enrolar.
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into Ternes, governed by Terns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls, and then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
Happy birthday, Chief.
Oh, you guys. You got me.
Isso tudo pra fazer um aniversário surpresa pro Touro de Ferro.
Hey, boss.
E a mocinha ali, ó, a ladra com personalidade forte.
Inquisitor Herald, glad to be back for whatever it is this lot have shoved up their sleeves. Just right up in there.
That's it? It's been some time.
Well, we don't know what's what, so what's there to go on about? It's Inquisition business, innit? That's all we are. Maybe sort out how they want to mess with us. Then there'll be something to talk about.
Bom, essa não quis falar muito não, né? Que é isso? Coisas passadas e atuais de cera. Bom, antes de seguir, galera, só tô vendo mais ou menos o que a galera tem a dizer. Josephine. Bom, nós falamos com o Touro de Ferro, com a cera, com o Cole. Blackwall tá ali e a Josephine tá ali. Vamos falar com Blackwall.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
You wanted to catch up?
And after the betrayal and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
Are you glad you at least tried to apologize?
It's hard to say. I go back and forth most days.
They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could.
I thought going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back, though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
Your aim is atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better?
Se eu posso fazer melhor. Blackwall e os últimos anos. Aqui tem um breve resumo do que aconteceu com cada um dos personagens. Tô vendo que próximo dele sempre tem um textinho. Vou tentar encontrar a Josephine. Se não me engano, ela está por aqui. Ué, tinha certeza que eu tinha visto a garotinha por aqui. Eu passei por perto dela e não vi. Como assim? Aqui é o baú, beleza. Até o baú tá aqui.
Well met, your worship.
Deixa quieto, eu não quero falar com você agora, minazinha. Vark. Vivienne os últimos anos, Vark os últimos anos, Cullen os últimos anos. Então eu tenho um texto do que aconteceu com todos os personagens. Cara, que foi isso? Tem uma coxinha de frango ali em cima. Petisco de luxo para cachorro. É, chegar em cima não sei como, né? Josefine deve estar aqui dentro em algum lugar. Sei que vocês estão loucos que eu comece pra valer, né? Mas só tô averiguando a área, né, galera? Ah, ela pode estar aqui em cima também. Tive a impressão que os caras não iam deixar eu passar, mas não aguentaram e deixaram.
I've been speaking with representatives from everywhere.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable. The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Then why can I still see those wheels turning in your head?
Work carries a certain momentum. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
Perhaps you're right. These meetings and talks don't allow for much leisure time.
And then back to Skyhold without a moment's pause to take in where we are. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out. I'd very much like to go with a friend.
And what is this small entertainment?
Something to ease our minds. I would very much like to surprise you with the details.
Thank you for thinking of me. I'd be delighted to attend.
Splendid. I will arrange things at once. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
This was your idea of a restful evening?
Ah, wasn't it lovely? It's been so long since I've gone to the opera. But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
What I really enjoyed was seeing you put your duties aside for a change.
I truly did. Thank you for coming. It's been too long since I just spent an evening doing... nothing.
Here's to nothing. May it happen to us more often in the future.
Oh, look! The encore signal!
Pelo jeito fomos à ópera Com a Josephine. Josephine e os últimos anos. Leliana e os últimos anos. Essa muito me interessa. Saber o que aconteceu. Eu não tô lendo, galera, mas pra que na live não fique guardanapo de seda amarrotado, pra que na live não fique cansativo e vocês nem se interessam tanto com esse tipo de leitura, acredito eu, porque fica tudo muito devagar, né? Mas é importante que eu faça, que eu colha essas leituras, porque assim eles ficam gravados nas minhas opções e aí eu consigo ler futuramente. Então eu provavelmente eu vou ler bastante da vida deles, do que aconteceu nesse passado de cada um. Mano, isso é arriscado, mas eu vou tentar. Colhe os últimos anos. Nossa, deu certo ainda, mano. Que medo. Só que não rolou. Eu queria cair ali em cima, mas sem chance. Tem que dar um pulo muito longo. Sei lá que tem aquele. Vamos seguir em frente. E aí, conforme for fazendo mais vídeos, eu vou ter me inteirado mais com o passado de cada um e com os acontecimentos de cada um. Aí eu posso trazer mais informações para vocês.
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor! Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to see you?
And the Inquisitor comes to the rescue once again.
Is that what you call it?
This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount...
Provisional Viscount.
Of Kirkwall.
Are you here to represent Kirkwall in the Exalted Council, Viscount Bran?
Provisional Viscount, which sadly is no longer my office. I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Tethras has been elected Viscount.
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now.
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
So, it turns out you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
That's fantastic. You'll make an excellent Viscount.
I think the nobility figured, after Dumar and Perrin, what's the worst that could happen if we put the dwarf in charge? They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a Comtesse now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. You should stop by Hightown sometime to see your estate. It's pretty nice. For Kirkwall, anyway.
Proper disposition of empty estates is supposed to...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
This is possibly too much, Varric. I don't know what to say.
That's nothing. Practically nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council and a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
This operates those giant chains. Can I try it?
No.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
Que louco. O Vark deu a chave da cidade pra nós. Bom, só enturmando, né, galera? Só conhecendo o pessoal, o que eles têm a dizer antes de chegarmos no objetivo principal. Ainda vamos conversar com mais 3 personagens. Falar com o Cullen.
Inquisitor? Inquisitor?
É, ele não quer falar muito, né? Mas tudo bem.
Will you walk with me? The first time I came to the Winter Palace, I was only 18. I was dazzled. Such rich hangings, splendid marble columns, more golden lions than I could count. It's all still here, still bright, but I no longer see that same palace. And that makes you sad? It is easier on the heart to just see gilding. Now all I can see are the knives in the shadows, the poison in jeweled goblets. They seek to tear the Inquisition down. You feel it, no? Fear.
I'd fear anyone with our vault of secrets, wouldn't you?
It is not our secrets, nor our soldiers. There have always been spy masters and private armies. They are afraid of nothing so much as the hand that directs it all.
Mine.
Already your actions have begun to reshape Thedas. Your influence is felt everywhere. It was only a matter of time before they moved. I'm surprised it took this long. When the time comes, consider giving them what they want.
What? You're not serious.
They cannot act against what they cannot see. Publicly, I will of course retire from this life, as one would expect. Let them think they've finally won. I shall take up charity work, become a patron of the arts, as all respectable women of my age do. And perhaps take on a protégé. Our work never ends, Inquisitor. We just need fewer witnesses.
Tadinha da Liliana. Nossa. Temos uma sauna aqui muito louca. Com um efeito muito 10, hein? Água caindo. Porra. Curti esse lugar.
Darling,
You
you made
Vianney.
it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Appointment?
With the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work so hard, my dear. I wanted to treat you.
I've never heard of a fancy spa serving elves.
You are the Inquisitor, darling. Savior of the Empire.
They won't turn you away.
Que louco, spa.
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Did you hear something?
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. No doubt this peace conference is boring you to death. I can hardly blame you. So much hot air.
So, how are you, Vivienne? Are you with anyone?
Oh, aren't you just precious? Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
Caraca, hein?
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've done. Come along, Inquisitor. They have other appointments, you know.
Que louco. Máscara quebrada. Mano, que lugar da hora. Porra. Bom, acho que já conversei com toda a galerinha. Mano, que planície muito louca, velho. Pra quem jogou a última DLC, que é a descida, só numa caverna o tempo todo, cenário todo escuro o tempo todo. Agora aqui tá muito bom. O Dorian.
Orlais is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar? But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet. Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old. It's good to see you, my friend.
You arrived ahead of me. I hope all's well.
It's everything I expected. We've been spared the burden of surprise. Orlais wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry meddles, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Pavis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Inquisitor, Duke Cyril Montfort, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of Chateau Haine. I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Ole wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us freely than be carved into pieces for the chessboard. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is the good we may do together I don't wish to lose. Whatever happens, Inquisitor, I wish you well.
Cara, quem que é esse cara, mano? Porra, olha aquela montanha ali, muito top, hein? Cassandra, finalmente chegamos na Cassandra. Espero, galera, que vocês me entendam, porque eu só tô conversando com toda a galera. Quem assistiu os outros vídeos sabe como Dragon Age tem um ritmo assim devagar por ser um RPG. Então eu sou obrigado a conversar com todo mundo para compor a história, para entender o que está acontecendo. E é exatamente isso que eu tô fazendo, galera. Por mais que parece que eu tô perdendo tempo conversando com a galera, não, porque eu tô começando a jogar essa DLC agora e eu quero saber o que vai impactar, o que vai... Olha, é um osso, mano. O que vai rolar nessa história. E assim, muitas dessas conversas começam já dando dica do que vai estar acontecendo. Nossa, que louco, cara. É igual aqueles... Eu acho que era o Ocularum o nome para encontrar os fragmentos. Só que aparentemente agora não funciona porque não tem fragmentos. Ah, inclusive aqui é em cima da sauna. Então por isso, galera, eu tô conversando com a galera bem aos poucos para ir entendendo o que tá rolando, o que tá acontecendo. Bom, chegou a hora de falar com a Cassandra, Ortegan e Cassandra.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Not at all. The Earl of Redcliffe was telling me of events in Venerin. He represents Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
We still come across scars left by the Venatori, but the land continues to mend.
I had hoped to steal a moment of the Divine's time.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
I am supposed to be impartial while speaking for the Chantry, but I confess that neutrality is beyond me. I may be the Divine, but I will always be your friend. And I can hardly ignore the fate of the Inquisition that I began.
When world powers want to discuss plans for the future, I get nervous.
I share your concern. The Inquisition is still needed. Some delegates do not yet understand that. I must attend to other matters. If you need me, I am ready to assist. Unconditionally.
I'm glad you finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
The Inquisition has grown. I can see how its presence might cause concern.
Then you understand why we must demand a reduction of your military forces. A power without allegiance to either Ferelden or Orlais. Even I see neither of our countries can let it rest.
I won't keep you longer. We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
Caraca, mano, o cara tá pedindo pra que não exista soldados na Fortaleza do Céu. Porque, teoricamente, a Fortaleza do Céu não pertence a Felraden e nem a Orlais. Então, é algo totalmente independente que está preocupando as duas nações. Bom, conversamos aqui com a galera. Ah, agora é ali. Comece o Conselho dos Exaltados. Bom, conversamos com a maioria da galera, já se informamos de tudo que está acontecendo. Dorian, Vivienne, Leliana, Cullen, não quis falar muito, Vark, o Cole, o Touro de Ferro, a Sarah não quis falar também, a Josephine. Fomos até um espetáculo, Blackwall. Aqui vimos que está nossos itens e fabricações de itens. E a Cassandra agora tá ali escondida, mano. Vamos até ela. Tentar falar com ela antes de começar o conselho. E também vamos finalizar por aqui, galera. Vamos tentar falar com a Cassandra para ver se ela tem alguma história. E antes de começar o conselho, vamos finalizar o vídeo e no próximo vídeo nós continuamos. Algum item escondido por aqui. Tal de petisco.
Oh.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
This seems serious.
It's not about me. It's about you. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit. Inquisitor, I want you to know that I am your friend. I will always be your friend.
Oh, well, that's...
So I hope to give you sound advice on this momentous day. Do what is in your heart, my friend, no matter what anyone might tell you.
That's a lovely sentiment, Cassandra.
Marriage is much more than a lovely sentiment, Inquisitor.
Marriage?
I can't imagine who it is. Macon knows you've kept it secret, but if marriage is... You're not proposing to anyone. I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
He said I was going to propose.
He mentioned a proposal. I suppose I filled in the blanks. Or he did this on purpose. That dwarf gets entirely too much joy from my discomfort.
You're adorable.
There are far worse things to be. Being Inquisitor has brought you good things. Many good things. But only a few have been by your choice. Take what happiness you can from those and do not let them go. That is all I meant to say. Advice from a friend for the days to come.
Que coisa, não? Bom, galerinha, vamos finalizando por aqui. Esse vídeo já estendeu um pouco mais do que deveria. E praticamente só tivemos um pouquinho de conversa e entendimento do que estava rolando aqui, só que ainda só tá começando pelo jeito, né? Tá começando bem calmamente o jogo, exatamente como muitos seriados, muitos animes que começam com uma vida muito tranquila até que a grande ameaça surja. Olha que sensacional esse lugar, hein? Caramba, mano. Realmente dá a impressão de um lugar gigante. Coletando alguns itens que tem pela área. Mas é isso aí, pessoal. Muito obrigado aí quem vai começar a acompanhar essa nova velha série, essa DLC. Se você gostou, puder deixar um joinha, adicionar os favoritos, compartilhar o vídeo, ou se é a primeira vez no canal, se inscreva nele para ficar por dentro dos próximos vídeos. Tudo isso ajuda pra caramba o canal e vocês me dão uma grande força fazendo isso, beleza? Muito obrigado, galera, um grande abraço a todos e a gente se vê nos próximos vídeos. Valeu, galera, um abraço e fui!